On January 7, 1943, hours after Nikola Tesla died, alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker hotel, FBI agents entered before the medical examiner had finished. They removed 2 truckloads of documents and equipment. The official explanation was routine wartime security. Does that feel routine to you? But the seizure in January 1943 wasn't where the erasure started, it was where it ended. Because by the time those FBI agents walked into room 3327, Tesla had already spent 40 years watching his most important work get quietly strangled. Here's the part that doesn't get talked about enough. In 1901, J.P. Morgan agreed to fund Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island, a structure Tesla designed to transmit energy wirelessly across the Atlantic. Not just signals, power, free broadcast power that anyone with a receiver could tap into. Morgan was the primary financier behind Edison's direct current electrical grid, the existing system, the one that required copper wire, metered infrastructure, and paying customers at every junction. When Tesla revealed the full scope of what Wardenclyffe could do, Morgan's reported response, drawn from Tesla's own correspondence, was essentially one question: where do I put the meter? He pulled the funding in 1903. Construction stopped. The tower sat unfinished on Long Island for 14 years. Does it feel like a coincidence to you that the one investor with the most to lose from wireless energy transmission was also the one who pulled the plug? By 1917, Tesla was drowning in debt. Wardenclyffe Tower was sold for scrap that same year, demolished to pay what he owed. The structure that could have changed how the world receives power was auctioned off in pieces. And here's what makes that timeline matter. By 1917, Tesla had filed over 300 patents. After Morgan's exit, almost none of his large-scale energy work was ever commercialized. The funding cut killed the technology. But the documents, the detailed technical records of everything Tesla had designed, those survived. And what happened to them after he died is where this stops being about money and starts being about something the government decided you shouldn't read. Morgan pulled Tesla's funding in 1903, the moment he realized there was no way to meter free energy. Would you have done the same thing in his position, or let the technology exist? Let me know in the comments below. Because what happened to Tesla's documents after 1943 is where the story gets harder to explain away. The FBI called MIT professor John G. Trump to review what they'd seized. Trump was an electrical engineer, and notably, the uncle of Donald Trump. After 3 days examining the papers, Trump filed a formal report concluding that Tesla's recent work was primarily of a speculative, philosophical, and somewhat promotional character. He found no evidence of workable principles for a death ray or any weapon of consequence. I'm not saying that report was falsified. I'm saying a government-appointed scientist reviewed the life's work of the man who invented alternating current, radio transmission, and early particle beam research, and found nothing of national security value. That conclusion has never been satisfying. But here's what complicates it. The same government that accepted Trump's dismissal was internally divided. Military personnel at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base held a different assessment. They believed Tesla's particle beam weapon research was substantive and worth investigating. One official record noted the disagreement explicitly. So, the official story rests on Trump's 3-day review, overriding a competing institutional judgment that never made it into the public record. The documents released to the public still carry redactions, thick black lines obscuring names, dates, and institutional details from 1943. You can pull up the FBI's online vault right now and see those gaps. In 2025 and 2026, they're still there. The question I keep coming back to isn't why they took the papers. It's why, more than 80 years later, some of them still aren't fully readable, and why the exact technology Wardenclyffe was built around, wireless energy transmission, is today being actively developed and funded by defense contractors and the same financial institutions that have controlled the energy grid since Morgan's era. The erasure didn't end in room 3327. It just got quieter. Subscribe if you want to keep following this channel.